Imagine dedicating years of your life to building a career, only to wake up one morning and find your job, your livelihood, hanging by a thread. That's the terrifying reality many immigrants may face in 2025. Professions once considered safe are now on the chopping block. But why? Who's next? And what can be done to survive this storm? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could affect your future, or the future of someone you love. Beneath the surface of rising headlines and political speeches lies a silent shift. Across the UK and Europe, immigration rules are tightening, job markets are evolving, and the definition of needed professions is changing fast. For years, immigrants have filled essential roles: nurses, delivery drivers, IT professionals, construction workers, care home staff. They kept the economy running during crises, stood at the front lines of healthcare during the pandemic, and contributed billions in taxes. But today, in 2025, the same workers are being quietly pushed out. Let's begin with healthcare, a field long considered the safest bet for immigrant professionals. But now automation and local hiring policies are reshaping this landscape. In the UK, new AI-driven diagnostic systems have reduced demand for junior healthcare workers. Hospitals under pressure from budget cuts are prioritizing UK-born applicants to avoid visa complications. For thousands of immigrant nurses and healthcare assistants, renewal of work visas now hangs on uncertain criteria. Many have received dreaded emails. "We regret to inform you." Next comes the transportation and delivery sector. These jobs exploded during the pandemic: Uber drivers, Amazon couriers, food delivery workers. But 2025 has introduced stricter licensing laws, insurance surcharges for foreign workers, and in some areas, AI-powered autonomous delivery services. In London alone, over 15,000 immigrant delivery workers are at risk of losing their income in the next 6 months. One Pakistani immigrant named Yasir shared, "I worked 12 hours a day during COVID, no holidays. Now I'm being replaced by a robot van." IT and tech jobs were once considered immune. Immigrants brought in from South Asia, Africa, and Eastern Europe powered startups and multinational corporations alike. But new visa rules have raised salary thresholds, pushing out junior developers and testers. Employers are now being penalized for hiring from overseas unless they can prove skill shortages with extensive documentation. That's a loophole many companies are unwilling to fight for. Thousands of qualified immigrants are now facing job loss, not due to lack of talent, but due to red tape. In construction, a field dominated by hardworking immigrants from countries like Romania, Poland, and India, the industry is slowing, with housing projects paused due to rising interest rates and government spending cuts. Many workers are being laid off. Worse, some are being exploited. Without proper contracts or legal protections, these workers are simply discarded. A heartbreaking report surfaced last month of a group of migrant workers living in their vans after being unpaid for months on a Birmingham project. Their crime? Not being local enough to deserve fair treatment. Care workers and cleaners, the unsung heroes of society, are perhaps the most vulnerable. Their work is essential but often undervalued. In 2025, new quotas are capping the number of care workers who can be hired from abroad. Some regions have already filled their yearly quota by March, leaving hundreds stranded in visa limbo. Maria, a Filipino care assistant in Manchester, says, "I look after dementia patients every day. Their families trust me, but now I'm being told my visa won't be extended." What's most painful is that these aren't just statistics. These are real people, families, breadwinners, dreamers, now forced to pack up and leave, not because they failed, but because the system shifted beneath their feet. And for many immigrants, the fear is not just losing a job, it's losing the right to stay, losing their children's schools, losing years of effort, paperwork, rent, and relationships built in a new home. The ripple effects are massive. Children born in the UK are being uprooted. Local economies that depend on immigrant labor are slowing down. Mental health issues are rising in immigrant communities, with growing reports of anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. The crisis is not only economic, it's deeply emotional and personal. So, which professions are truly at risk? Healthcare assistants, junior nurses, taxi and Uber drivers, delivery workers, junior IT developers, call center staff, cleaners, construction laborers, and even some teachers on short-term contracts. If your job falls into these categories and you're on a work visa or dependent on one, 2025 may be the year everything changes. But amidst the fear, there is still hope. Advocacy groups are fighting back. Some MPs are raising their voices in Parliament. Legal experts are helping immigrants appeal unfair decisions. And most importantly, communities are beginning to support each other, sharing information, resources, and courage. It's a difficult road ahead, but it's not hopeless. What can you do? First, to stay informed. Immigration laws are changing month by month. Know your rights. Consult a lawyer before your visa renewal. Secondly, upskill. If your current profession is at risk, consider short-term certifications that increase your value in the market. And finally, speak up. Share your story. The more we humanize this crisis, the more pressure there is for policy change. Before we end, remember this. Immigrants have always been resilient. Through every challenge, they rise. This job crisis is real, but it is survivable. With awareness, unity, and strategy, we can protect our futures. And if you're an employer, a local, or someone watching from a distance, ask yourself, are we really willing to lose the very people who helped us build everything? If this video opened your eyes, or if you found even a part of it helpful, please don't leave without hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. Your support helps us keep telling these stories, stories that matter. Let's stand together in this storm.